Major. Dance like Bogle, shake like Bogle, step like Bogle, roll like Bogle, flex like Bogle, sex like Bogle, wine like Bogle, straight like Bogle. Straight. Sport by chicks jumping out the bins. You never have the ox if you have some pretty friends. We trying to have a good time, heavy on the plan. Jamaican bad gals and we take it all your men.
Yo, what's poppin', family? You know it's your man Xavier Brandon, and welcome to Crowns Up presents Mic Check. You know what it is. You know, we keeping your crown fit and your soul lit all the time. And the mic check is when we get a chance to check in with an artist that you might know or you might not know, learn about them, see if we need to cop their album, support them. And I have a very, very special guest in the building. This is my first female MC mic check, and you are not going to want to miss this. You're not going to be disappointed. This is going to be phenomenal. I already feel it. Yo, shout out to my girl, Melrose Stacks in the building. Melrose, what's poppin'?
What's good in the building?
Oh, how you feeling?
I feel good. How you feeling?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Always, always, always. Well, for those that don't know who you are, what you about, tell the people a little bit about who you are, where you from, what you represent, what type of MC you are, all that.
Okay, sure. It's the one and only Melrose Stacks. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Bed-Stuy to be exact.
Do or die?
Do or die, yes. So kind of like a female Biggie out here, you know what I'm saying? But my style is more so like Tupac, you know what I'm saying? I'm anti-genre, so I dip into all different types of music and genres, and, you know, I just do my thing. No one can tell me I can't, you know what I'm saying? I came to Atlanta from Durham, North Carolina.
Bull City.
And I've been in Atlanta for like 9 months, just working hard, meeting dope people like yourself,
Facts.
you know, and just, you know, putting in work, man. You know, I love it here. I love the creativity here. I love the vets that are here, you know, who are pouring into anyone who's doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? So I love the vibe here as far as an artist. But I got a project, Concrete Rose. I dropped that in November.
Okay.
And I've been pushing that everywhere, you know. So it's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, at Melrose Stacks. That's MEL, Rose like the flowers, Stacks like money. I just came back from Oklahoma, so I was out there pushing Concrete Rose heavy. So it's just, you know, it's a real revolutionary EP, and it's called Concrete Rose, similar to, you know, a project that Tupac put out. And, you know, as far as being a female artist, you know, they always try and box us in based on our content, you know. So it's like if I do one of my conscious songs, like Say Their Names, which is like the second song on Concrete Rose. If I do that, it's like they want to put me in a box with Rhapsody and, you know, Queen Latifah. But when I go a little X-rated, a little ratchet, because that's in me too, you know, then they want to put me in a box with Cardi and Meg. And it's like, men don't have to be put in a box. Tupac, he did his conscious stuff. He touched their mind and he touched their heart. And then he still hit you with the street stuff, you know, and the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? And they accepted that. So Concrete Rose was all about, you know, me putting my stamp as a female, not picking a lane, you know, as an artist and being free to do what I want to do. You know?
Yo, I'm glad you touched on that. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, as a female MC, do you feel like you kind of have to conform? You know, because I know industry people like to label people, you know, so they try to put you in a box and say you're only this or you're only that.
Yeah.
Have you felt that type of pressure yet, or do you feel that pressure now, or how have you been navigating that?
I think that, you know, I'm very, the fact that I'm very unique, you know, the fact that I do have the conscious in me, and, you know, I'm goddess-like, but I still have the ratchet, and I don't mind doing both of those because that's in me. I'm a Pisces. We have layers, you know, so it's like, just because I, you know, want to take it there, it shouldn't cancel out my level of understanding, my level of wisdom. And so, you know, initially when I first came out, I was putting out positive music.
Right.
And, you know, the girls, because the girls are the ones who buy the most music, you know.
Facts. Talk about it.
But the girls, they want to shake their ass, let's just be real, so it's like they really didn't want to hear all of that,
Yeah.
and because I have those sides in me, I feel like as an artist, if you're only going to do what you feel comfortable doing, I feel like that's selfish. You're in a industry where you're required to give yourself, and it would be different if those things weren't in me, and I had to do it,
Right. Yeah.
I was choosing not to because I wanted to send off a positive message, but if I'm still doing ratchet shit, then that's not really being true, because it's like, hold up, I seen you at the club and you over here trying to be Queen Latifah. But, I'm getting real Lil Kim vibes, so...
Real hardcore vibes.
Right, so it's just like, I had to, I said, I had different people like, look, you're going to have to push the limits a little, and I did that with this song called Savage. And when I hear a beat and I write to it, I'm really not... The beat just takes me where the song needs to go. I really don't have control over it. Savage turned out really nasty, and I wasn't thinking like, dang, the video's gonna have to follow suit.
Yeah.
But that's what happened, and I was like, okay, if they're questioning whether or not I have this sexy in me, they sex sells, whatever, I'm going to put something out that's just going to shut it down. You don't even have to question it. It's going to be like, dang, she ain't have to do all of that. Yeah, I did, and let's leave it alone. Focus on these bars. So I say when I dropped Savage, it was empowering. The video was really risque. My mom deleted me 5 minutes after I dropped it. My mom, it's the funniest thing. Like, it's not funny, but, people who know, it's like 5 minutes after I dropped the video, she deleted me on Facebook, and she was like, it's like soft porn. But my best friend, that's a guy, he was like, if your mom doesn't like you, you did a good job. So
yeah. No, I respect it. So here's a question. You brought up the bars, and we're going to get into that later, right? But I want to know, like, how do you get people to focus on the bars and not focus on your image or your look or your brand or whatever like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yes, like you said, sex sells, and unfortunately we live in this consumeristic society where, they look at what they see. You know what I'm saying? So which is why you brought out somebody like Rhapsody, right?
Yeah.
Rhapsody is hella talented. She's a tomboy, and she will out-rap most of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that on track.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? She's spoken about having to choose to be like a legacy artist versus being a hot artist. You know what I mean? That's just one who's by design. So for you, how do you get people, or how do you internally focus on your bars, versus getting caught up in the I want to just be hot, I want people to look at me type of situation?
Right. And I mean, that plays a major part. I think every artist that decides to put something out there that has substance has to make that decision, because I have friends who've been artists, shout out Bugsy Millions, and, he basically told me, he been in the game for a while. He's like, it's not your job to educate people. It's your job to entertain. I watched Nina Simone's documentary, and, she was a Pisces like me, and, she was very talented, and she struggled because she was putting music out during the civil rights movement, and Pisces, we like to express everything. So, her husband wanted her to be this, he wanted her to be a crossover artist, but she was so stuck on doing something that meant something to her, that she was passionate about. So she went with the civil rights thing, and it kind of threw her off. And even though she was able to tour in Europe, which is one of my goals, it's like she still kind of held herself back, and she had to deal with that. I look at these situations, and I look at all the artists that came before me, and I use that as, okay, well, maybe I do have to push the bar a little. Maybe I do have to come out my comfort zone, because I don't have the time to let anything hold me back.
Yeah.
And if it's in me, then I need to do it, because that's still being true to me. By being real with my bars and being consistent, like, I don't play with my bars. So I don't care what I really have on, you're still going to notice the bars. When I go out, and I'll perform, I'm still a girly girl, even though I'm tomboy. So it's not an image that I'm putting across. That's really me. You know, I've been that way. I got scars, I got a stab wound. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm still out in stilettos.
You really be outside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm outside, you
Right.
know. I got scars from going to camp, jumping over fences, you know. So it's real to me, but as far as the bars and being noticed for that, if you deliver the bars, that's what they're gonna notice. And when you're performing, it's also when, I could be cute, but if I come out here rocking a thong, showing on my ass, then you may be distracted. But I did a video for my song GTA, that's like a freestyle. I did that in a bikini, you know what I mean? But the bars are so hard that I really don't think you're paying attention to the fact that I got a bikini on. And no one who's seen that video was like, oh shit, look at you in a bikini. They like, that shit fire, you know? So it's all about what you're putting out and how you're delivered. Even if I do my little pussy talk, it's still not going to be the same way that anyone else is going to be some pussy talk with bars. So, you know, it means something to me to be respected for my bars, so I don't play with them.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some of those bars and stuff like that.
Let's go.
One, you got this project called Concrete Rose. You also have some singles that you let off. What is one of your favorite joints, either on Concrete Rose or that you've put out so far?
Let's see. I would say my favorite song, is Like Bogle. Like Bogle is a reggae Afrobeat song that I made in Texas with a producer. His name is P-Rod. Dope. You know, he been in the game for years, and you know, he helped develop me. He heard my sound, and we worked on Like Bogle. I wrote it on the spot. And I've been pushing that the whole time in Atlanta, you know. I was pushing another song when I came here. I thought they would like the Melrose for President. That was my campaign, you know. And it's like a real, you know, trappy kind of being. I'm from Brooklyn, so, you know, to have that cross between, you know, the down south and the up north, you know, Melrose for President, that is unique. But when I came here and I performed it, they was feeling it, but Like Bogle, it's a winner. You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite song because that's the song I perform the most. And it signifies me the most. You know, I'm half Jamaican. I'm from Brooklyn. So to have a reggae song, it means something to me. And for it to be Like Bogle, something that embodies, you know, the dancer who made all the dances pretty much. All the Jamaican old school dances. Bogle, he's a dancer in Jamaica. He passed away. But the song is in tribute to him. So it's a lot of meaning behind it, but it's gonna make you dance. Like,
yeah. Like Bogle goes. Like Bogle goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I love Melrose for President.
Really?
But I'm also an MC.
Okay.
So as an MC, a lyricist, and a hip hop head, like you know what I mean. You give me a good sample and some hard lyrics, then you know I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
So I like Melrose for President. It made me like I was listening, I was like, oh, this joint is hard. I like Party in Heaven.
Okay.
Party in Heaven. I know an EP is gonna be good if the first track catches me.
Yeah.
The first track is Party in Heaven, and that joint, you know, hard. Yo, you said a line. You said a line that you said, and correct me when I'm wrong. You was like, you said something about influencing people, and you was like, people be out here, they don't influence nobody. I was like, you right. You absolutely right. Feel free to say the line right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the line. It's probably don't tell me nothing about dreams expiring. People out here in life and they don't inspire a thing. I think that's the line. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on the spot, you know.
but that line was so real. I'm a person that I really like. I mean, trapping in, talking about your body and your bodies and all that stuff, that's great, right?
Yeah.
But I appreciate an artist who is authentic, and I feel like those two songs, as well as Like Bogle, showed me like your authenticity, you know, as an artist. You know what I mean? As like you put thought into your rhymes, and like this actually meant something to you. You know what I mean?
Party in Heaven, I wrote that when Kobe passed, because as a culture, you know, the younger people are when they pass away, the more you feel it, because it's like, I grew up watching him, you know, and then it makes you feel like, dang, life's so short, and I'm close to his age. So it's like, as a culture, we were all just sad, and I was just trying to change the vibe. And so I wrote the song, and it was the people in my life who passed away early, you know. So the hook is, why do the good ones always die young? When they open those pearly gates, they got a real one. They be sending those blessings down, you gotta look up. It's a party in heaven, pull out some liquor. So it's like, you know, my grandfather, my grandmother, and my favorite aunt, they passed away young, and but I still found a way to turn death into a positive thing, where you are celebrating them, which you're supposed to do for your ancestors, you know. And it just increased the vibe, and it was something everyone could relate to. But when I was writing it, I really wasn't writing it with those intentions. It was just like, we was just so sad, you know. But the main part with my grandfather, he put an album out when he was 70 years old. He wanted to be a singer. He was a singer when he was young, 16, but he started a family early, and he raised those kids, worked 3 jobs, did whatever he had to do. And then he raised 3 different sets of generations of grandkids. And so in his later years, that's when he was able to put a band together and put a CD out. And that inspired me, because it's like, your dreams don't have an expiration date, you know. So that's why I was talking about in the song, you know, don't tell me nothing about dreams expiring. People go through life and they don't inspire a thing. So it's like, I was in a place where, you know, I wasn't really focused on my talent, and I pushed through that, and that's why I'm here, you know. So your dreams don't have an expiration date. Whatever it is that you want to do, you still can do. You could do it with kids. You could do it while you're a little older. You could do it if you don't know the path. Just start, and everything will fall in line.
Dope. So, I see that you're clearly multi-talented, right? I was sitting there, you know, scrolling through her Instagram, and I was like, yo, is she trying to be the Jamie Foxx out here? You know what I mean? I'm like, you rapping, you do comedy, you an activist, like what's up with the triple threat factor you got going on? Like, what made you get into comedy? What made you get into activism? Like, what even made you start spitting? Like, tell us a little more about that.
Okay, so I've been a writer since I was 9. You know, I always wrote poetry, and you know, I wrote my mom a birthday card once, or Mother's Day card, and she was like, "Don't ever buy me another card again. Write on my card." So, you know, having that inspiration early, and your mom supporting you, it's like, hey, I'm kind of good at this. So, you know, I would write in school anytime it was a poetry project. I'd be like, I'm gonna write everybody's, you know. Then by the time high school, I'm gonna charge everybody to write theirs, you know. So it's like, it was just my God-given talent. Going to I was on the Apollo when I was 17. I got a poem published in the National Library of Poetry. And then it's like, you know, I was really trying, you know, I was out here getting on dudes' demos. They like, oh, you can rap, you know. I really wasn't taking it serious. And then, you know, I went through some things with life, and things turned around. I put a lipstick line out, and I wanted to do a commercial for the lipstick line. And so I started writing, and then it was like, I came up with this song. I came up with a video. I put the vision board out, and then another song, Keep Your Head Up. And then I just took off. I really was just doing it for commercial purposes, but I was on the radio like 2-3 weeks after I dropped the song.
Dope.
And then the first song I went with, they were like, it's too long to go on the radio, so you gotta make something else. So I had to go back in the studio, write something else, and then I wrote a song basically, because it was like I was getting a lot of pushback, you know, because I took some time off and came back, and everybody like, when was you a rapper? You just pop out, you a rapper now, you know. And it was like, I had to write a song, like, you know, it's called The Words. And that's on my first project. It's called PMS. From Prima to Melrose Stacks. My old rap name was Prima. And so Prima never really got her shine. So I named it PMS. And then also to signify, you know, as a female, you know, regardless of what I'm going through mentally, or, you know, feminine issues, whatever, I still gotta go out and perform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and for some reason, when I'm PMS, and I do my best work, but whatever. But yeah, so it's like I had some time off. I came back. I dropped that project in 6 months. I really wasn't playing. So I've only been in the game this month makes 2 years. So, I've just been working like crazy. And when I came to Atlanta, I've been in Atlanta now for 9 months. I've always wanted to get into the acting. It was a show that I wanted to get on to get my music on as an artist too. And so he was like, take some acting classes. Well, boom. I went to go take acting classes, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in a play. And I'm like, okay. And it was the dopest experience because it's like I just jumped in. I wasn't ready for it, but my character really was, the first part of the play was something that was comfortable for me because the character was like me. But as it got a little deeper, it was like, wow, how can I channel into it? So, it was a challenge. I love challenges. So, boom, I'm an actress, but it got me to the point where I'm ready, to start doing films because I just don't want to do one thing. You look at the best rappers and, they've done all types of things. They all branch into movies. I'm just doing it a little earlier. And as far as the activism, well, my grandmother's an assemblywoman, so I grew up a little different. I helped campaign and get her into city council, and she never got out of office. She went from city council to assemblywoman, and then, she got a day in New York and everything. She was honored when she retired. So, standing for something, and my grandmother wouldn't let people in who weren't registered to vote. You couldn't come in her house. So it's like, it's just things that were planted in me that, I really don't have a choice but to not stand for anything. I went to Oklahoma recently for the Tulsa Centennial, which is, 100 years ago, the Tulsa massacre happened where, they went and
burned down Black Wall Street.
Yeah. And so I was hired to go out there because I do a lot of sales. So I was hired to go out there and sell memorabilia, merchandise out there, but also promote myself as an artist. And it was the dopest experience ever, so I was fighting for reparations. I was, went to panels for reparations. I went and protested. I was marching with, Jesse Jackson and, going down to City Hall, trying to stand up for a place that I just got to, but a lot of times places need you to fight, a lot of people, for a whole community to be burnt down, not just once, but twice, they rebuilt, which a lot of people don't know. After the massacre, they were rebuilt. By the 50s, they were booming. And they were tore down again to build a highway, which is like a sore spot, in the middle of Black Wall Street. A lot of people don't know this. Luckily, Biden went and, put some, attention on Tulsa. But the Centennial is not just about the 100th anniversary because it's going to be for a whole year. We need everyone's support to go and fight for reparations. The elders, I was able to meet the oldest remaining survivor, and she just went to, I believe her name is Miss Viola. She went to the White House and was fighting for reparations. So it's so much stuff going on, and we really need to keep a scope on it and not just take it off. It's not just hot for right now because it's a centennial. It's an ongoing thing. And a lot of times people are traumatized and they can't fight for themselves. So if you have a voice, it's your duty to do what you can. So,
yo, I think that's really dope that you are showing that it's okay to be versatile.
Yeah.
It's okay not to have to be boxed in or labeled, and you can do multiple things.
Right.
And as long as you're doing well, you know what I mean? You should be good to go. So.
Yeah. I mean, if your heart is in it, I don't think that just because I'm a rapper that I'm supposed to be in this box and I'm just supposed to be ignorant. People tell me I'm too proper for rap. I went to a gifted and talented school, the same school that Mos Def went to. So, and if you look at him, he still can do whatever he wants to, and he's involved in stuff too. Stop putting limits on people because that's the best part. Just because these other rappers want to do, that's fine. They can do that, but they don't design the mold for me. I do, you know.
Facts. So, Melrose Stacks, if people want to get involved with your music, if they want to follow you, if they want to get tapped in, what do they need to do? How do they find you? How do they get some of that good music?
Sure. I'm everywhere. Melrose Stacks. That's MEL, Rose like the flower, Stacks like money. So you can follow me on Instagram. I got all types of videos and, little comedy skits there. And you go on my YouTube, you can see all my videos, Melrose Stacks everywhere, Twitter, Apple, Spotify. You can download all of that. Go on my website, which is Melrose Place with 3 A's, melroseplace.com. You can actually sample my EP, Concrete Rose. You can purchase it and all of that. So I'm everywhere. And yeah, my new song, 50/50 Love, that's on YouTube too. So that doesn't have a video yet. That's coming.
Okay, dope. And why don't you tell the people why we should support you?
Why you should support me? But I think I told y'all already. I feel like people should support me because I represent the change in hip hop. I'm not a carbon copy. I stand for something, and I'm unique and confident with it, but I also make dope music. So if we start with the music, I make dope music, you're going to feel it. I talk about real stuff, and whatever topic I'm talking about is going to be real. You're going to feel it. And, hip-hop needs somebody that's different, who respects the roots of hip-hop. The artists that I grew up listening to, they stood for something. They tried to teach. They try to be different and be cool with it. It's okay to be educated. Being smart is not a negative thing. So if you want your children to listen to someone, all my stuff is not perfect. I got X-rated things, but people need to see that you can still be yourself and succeed. I know y'all tired of hearing the same music. You know what I'm saying? So if you want a female with bars, because guys tell me this all the time, they sick of hearing pussy talk. So if you sick of that, fuck with Melrose Stacks.
Bet. Yeah, definitely. Bang with Melrose Stacks. I got 2 more questions for you, and then we're going to get to these bars, I promise. Okay?
Sure.
All right, so when I first met you, one of the first things you came off the bats, and Cassidy featured me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? I grew up on Cassidy. Cassidy was one of my favorite rappers growing up and stuff like that. And so what did it mean for you for him to not only feature you, shout you out, but also for you to be able to perform in front of him and stuff like that? What was that experience like?
It was a lot. It was so crazy because it happened due to the comedy. Mm-hmm. I was doing comedy, and then it was like, hey, Cassidy, it's his birthday, and I'm like, oh, I could perform too. And they was like, yeah, shout out Pete Brown, shout out Escobar South, And so when it was like, yo, he got bars, you know what I mean? He got bars. So it's like, for me to be able to perform in front of him, it's like, I gotta really show out, But it really set the bar for what I want to do as a female artist. So for me to be able to perform for him and then chat it up with him, and he like, yo, I'm feeling your stuff, and then invite me to the next spot, then follow me, you know what I'm saying? It was like, put me in this video, you know what I'm saying? It meant a lot because it wasn't just about, you know what I'm saying, just being another female. No, this is a female with bars. So to be able to do, any artist wants to open up for a star, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me to do it for Cassidy, it really meant something to me, and it really set the bar for what I plan to continue to do. Though that's who I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's who I want as a female. You know what I'm saying? To have that recognition for my bars. Because most girls, what female rapper can you say, hey, I fuck with her because of her bars? You know what I'm saying? And not for what she looks like. That's my goal. So, to work with Cassidy, that was dope,
That's dope. Okay, I know I said I had 2 more questions. I lied because another one just popped in my head.
Okay.
But shout out to Cassidy though.
Right.
The hustle, the problem. Shout out to you. We're both from Brooklyn.
Yes.
All right. And the state of New York is in a panic right now because tonight is going to be some real Tim's, Air Force One,
And pink furs,
bandanas, gangs. If you don't know what I'm referring to, tonight is Dipset versus the Lox in Versus. Okay? Melrose, who are you going with and why?
Okay, first things first, I rock with both of them. You know what I'm saying? I do rock with both of them, but I love the Lox. You know what I'm saying? I'm team Lox all day long. You know what I'm saying? All day long. Because it's like, you know, Dipset, they got that cocky shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, I fuck with all of them. I had all their albums, you know what I'm saying? Had the Diplomats, had the, you know, Jules Santana, Jim Jones, all of that. But the Lox, we are the streets. You know what I'm saying? We are the streets alone. It's the rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even express how lit I'm gonna be tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the Lox is crazy about their bars. You know, and I feel like as far as a versus, yeah, you know, Diplomat shit. They say they wavy shit. But as far as the bars, that's the Lox all day. All day long.
Yeah, man. So, I'm going to go with the Lox as well. But that is not an indictment on Dipset. I'm a huge Diplomats fan, okay? Joel Santana was my favorite rapper for a long time, okay? Diplomatic immunity. Okay, let's just start there.
Right.
Ballin', Jim Jones. Okay, Killer Cam. Let's welcome to New York City. Okay,
Right.
all right. But I feel like the only people who could potentially even give them a run for the money is the Lox.
Right.
I don't know what you do against All About the Benjamins. I said,
right.
You know what I'm saying? What do you do against All About the Benjamins, bro? Because All About the Benjamins, hands down, is a point. Hands down is a point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They gotta save Santana's town.
Yeah.
They gotta save Santana's town until All About the Benjamins. And that's the only way, or come, what is it? Come Home With Me? It gotta be, they gotta save Santana's town because,
or
I'm ready.
Anthem. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
But anything other than that, it's like, they got too many songs. And the Lox got songs that they probably not even gonna think about until they drop it. You know what I'm saying? Their first album was already fire. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Money, Power, Respect. Yeah. Right?
Right. And see, that's the other thing.
Right.
That's the other thing. It's like, here it is, right? Cam can pull out a whole lot of different stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cam can pull out, I doubt he's going to do Horse and Carriage, but he could, and you got to give Cam a point for Horse and Carriage.
Right.
Even if it's not the best, you got to give him a point for Horse and Carriage.
But that's how I was introduced to Cameron. I think that may be the first song.
That's everybody. You know,
yeah.
Even if, and see, what I also don't know is who pulls out, what's the Nori joint that the Lox and Cam is on? Yeah.
I know
the Nord.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Banned
about.
from TV.
Yeah.
Who pulls out Banned from TV? Who gets the point?
Dipset has to bring that out.
Who gets a point for Banned from TV? But how? Because Styles and Kiss are going back to back on it. You know what I'm saying? Like so also I think it's hard because at this point you put anything with DMX on it, it's a point.
Right.
So they pull out 24 hours to live. It's the point. You know what I'm saying?
And Money, Power, Respect. On that too.
Money, Power, Respect. You know, point. You know what I'm saying? It is gonna be hard. And if you study Kiss versus Fab, shout out to Fab.
Right.
I was so disappointed but Kiss had a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't think they come in with a game plan for
right.
every song that they try to drop.
Right.
You don't think, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be amazing.
I think so too. It's going to be a lot of shade too.
Facts.
All day
You
long.
know what I mean? Because they've been already clowning. And I know it's all mutual respect. Ain't no beef or anything like that. But it's going to be fun. So if you are a New York head or if you're just an East Coast hip hop head, tune in to Versus tonight. I think it starts at 8 o'clock p.m. on IG Live, on Fight TV, or on the Triller app. You can go check out Versus. Feel free, bring out go listen to Apple Music or Spotify or Tidal, whatever you bump your music on. I'm sure someone got a playlist of all their songs.
Right.
So just get prepared because it's going to be a major night.
Right.
Tonight. Last, not even question. Melrose, before we get into the bars and we do a mic check, can you break the people off with some free game? Like if people want to get in the position that you're in, if they see you and you're inspiring them and stuff like that, what have you learned and what free game can you give to people based on your experience?
Free game, I would say fuck what people think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not on your team, like anyone who's not Team Melrose, I had to cut off. I don't care what the bond was. I don't care what the relationship was. Friends, family, whoever. I could be in love with you. If you're not trying to see me win and you're not on go with what I'm on, then I had to dismiss. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I came to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't need someone else to validate that. And a lot of times you may not have the support from the people who you would expect it from, but it's 7 billion people in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't let whoever is around you discourage you because they may not have shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Be your own cheerleader and put in hard work. You know what I'm saying? Put in hard work because people can't deny that. If you working hard, it's like, I want to be noticed for my music. Okay, but I got to go harder. You know what I'm saying? People don't know who I am. Okay, but I got to step it up a notch. Be your own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? Be hard on yourself. Because if you're not willing to do that and be real with yourself and have those mental talks like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What can I do better? Or, you know what I'm saying? What am I not doing? Don't try and be the smartest person in the room because you're not going to really learn much. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about who you're around, what you're willing to do. Humble yourself at all times. That's about it. I ain't going to give out.
That's enough gems. That's enough free game. That's enough free game. Again, once again, make sure you follow Melrose Stacks on all social media platforms. Make sure you cop the music, support. Yes. If you want bars.
Right.
If you want good music, if you want something different,
substance.
If you want some substance,
yes.
If you want some empowerment, make sure that you go support on all streaming platforms, Melrose Stacks right now. And just in case you needed a little bit of proof, we about to check these bars with the mic check. So, checking the bars coming right on up. You already know, number one spot, hip hop, faith, and culture. Crowns Up Podcast presents Mic Check. Xavier, Brandon, keeping your crown fit and your soul lit. We love you. Be blessed. Let's get into this mic check.
Let's go. Crowns Up Podcast is the one and only Melrose Stacks. We out here. Shout out to my boy Xavier. We in the building. I'm about to give y'all these bars. Make sure you follow me, Melrose Stacks, everywhere. MEL, Rose like the flower, Stacks like money. Let's go. I said, I'm about my dreams with no sleep. Feet heavy on the concrete. You either with me or behind me. If I turn up missing, it's some money that's gonna find me. Never ran from nothing, it's the struggle that defines me. 5'5", but I will Goliath if you try me. Airing out the lobby, got all my goons behind me. They say life ain't never fair, I take these blessings. Remember times I had to eat some dick for breakfast. Living life so reckless, but I never gave up, and that's the message. Now my life is like a movie. My story think these streets is gonna kill me if I don't slow down. My mom gonna get condolences and sympathy. Look at things differently, cause men and women envy me. Too pussy just to say it direct, they speaking lyrically. Niggas better put on the vest if they think of ending me. Hurt to have my foot on their neck and they under scrutiny. Real niggas hold their hand to their head when they saluting me. My man, he gon' drop way more jewels than jewelry. Anyway, I got your family address up in my GPS. You left some mail in my car, thinks I needed that. You wanna stalk me at my shows, you wanna see the best? Fuck you and your kids, you even feed them yet? Don't know if you wanna shoot me or lick the kitty cat. That's on Prodigy, I make y'all niggas get away. I work too hard to get this far to let it slip away. That way. Let's go.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all, I'm tired of these whack rappers. Shout out to my man Sway. You already know it's Check the Bars, man. Melrose Stats.
In the building.
In the building. You already know they're about to start making me start going crazy like I'm feeling. The bars off the top, you know, I'm already willing. No, I'm going to chill. It's not about me. Melrose Stats, Crowns Up, Mic Check. Go follow her. Go cop her album, her EP, Concrete Rose. Go check out 50/50 Love. Yes. Go check out all the music. Yes. You can buy it, stream it, tell somebody. You already know, keeping your crown fit and your soul lit. It's Xavier Brandon. Crowns Up, Mic Check. We just checked the bars.
Yeah.
Chill.
First Lady Edition.